go.
Today I'm going to show you how you make a Schleich horse halter. This is what they look like, and I'm going to show you how you make them. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a pair of scissors, a pair of good scissors, some ribbon, color your choice, model horse, medium-sized jumping rings. I have little big ones, medium, little small ones, and then you're going to need a hot glue gun. I do suggest for doing this little stuff you use a smaller one, but I don't have, my smaller ones don't have, for my smaller hot glue ones, I don't have any hot glue sticks for them. So I'm using the big one today. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a jumping ring. I'm trying to find one that doesn't have hot glue all over it. And you're going to take the jumping ring and put it on there like that. And you're going to take a little dab of hot glue, put it there, and then fold it over. And then there's some extra hot glue that's squeezed out there, and I'm going to take my scissors and cut that off and make it look good. So now we're going to use our model horse. This is Champion, so I'm going to call him that, and measure it. Now when you're measuring, you want to measure a little extra so that then you have room to glue it. So when you fold it over, it's not too short. So I'm going to fold it over, and before I glue it, I'm going to make sure it's going to fit. So yeah, I think that'll fit him. So now I'm going to get a little bit of hot glue on there. And glue it over. And cut off that extra hot glue that squeezed out. So that's pretty much half of the nose piece. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the ribbon and put it in there and then glue it down like we have been. Like that. Okay. So now we're going to measure it, and before I do that, I got to cut this off. Like that. Going to measure it around. Let's see if I can do this so you guys can see it. Oh, like that. So the other side. So I'm going to need to cut it about there. So I'm guessing. I always cut off a little extra because I'd rather have it too big than too small. There. Now I'm adding an extra jumping ring on there, and then I'm going to glue it. That reason is so you can attach a lead rope onto it, and this is a lead rope that I made.
Okay, well, let's see it a little better here. You didn't really show us it.
Oh. That jumping ring there. So you can attach a lead rope onto it. So that's what that's for. And this here is probably the hardest glue, is gluing the nose piece together. Kind of like gotta turn it inside out. Yeah, you gotta turn it inside out. Because I like to have all my glues on the inside so that then you don't see them and they're not messy looking. There, I think I got it. Yes, I did get it. Put a little hot glue on it. And I'm going to glue it.
Now can you show us close up?
Yeah, show you here.
What it looks like?
So this here is just about the complete nose piece. Like that. That's the nose piece. And I'm just going to cut off that extra hot glue that's squeezed out. like I have been. There. So now I'm going to try it on him. Now if it's too big for him or too small, it can go on the Arabian mare. Or if it's too big, it can go on the Clydesdale. And it looks like it fits him pretty good. So, that's good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another piece of ribbon, stick it through this jumping ring right there up top, the top of that jumping ring. I'm going to glue it like that. And we're starting to make the cheek piece now. So, cut that off. There. And get rid of all these strings so they don't confuse you. So now what you're going to do is I'm going to slip it on them again, like that. And now I'm going to measure how long it needs to be. So it needs to go about that far there. So I'm going to cut off a little extra so then when I glue it and fold it over and glue it, it doesn't become too small. So yeah, I think that's about long enough. Medium size jumping ring. And let me just take one last little measurement here. So about there's where it needs to be. Yeah, I think that'll be about good. I just think I'll pull it a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna hold it in that hand. I'm holding too much. There. Okay, so that's one cheek piece. Now I'm just going to try it on him again for size. And just make sure that it is the right size. And I might have made it a little bit too long, but it'll be okay.
Looks it.
I think it'll be alright. It'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Yep, that'll work. So, now we're going to do the other side. Now, doing the other side is kind of hard too, because you're going to make it the same length as this cheek piece on the other side. So you start with gluing the ribbon. That. When you're cutting off the extra glue, it's kind of, you got to try not to cut your ribbon. So there. I usually just put them up like this and kind of like guess. I'm saying about that's where I should cut it. But then I'm going to cut it a little extra longer. And my jumping ring. This side. Before I glue it, I'm going to look at it. So yeah, that looks about the same size. So there. Now I'm going to try it on him again just to make sure everything's good. And it fits him right. Nothing's too long, nothing's too short. So yeah, that looks about good. So now we're going to add the throat latch. And how we're going to do that, we're going to take our ribbon. All my ribbon is attached to the spool on this thing that's glued onto the box. So I'm going to stick the ribbon through there, fold it over, add just a dab of hot glue. Cut it off. And then we're going to pull it down like that. So when you're gluing it, you want this ribbon all facing down because it's the throat latch. And now what we're going to do is put it on him for size so we can make a measurement where we cut this to glue it on this jumping ring. So we're going to pull it up like that.
I can't see your hands in the Okay.
Pull it over, and then, so, it's going to be about that long. And I'm going to measure it again, just to make sure. So yeah, I think that'll be good. Stick it through that way and fold it over. Pull a little more, that seems about good. So now I'm going to try it on him and make sure it fits. So yeah, it is a little bit too big for him, but I could put it on my Tinker Stallion and it would probably fit him pretty good. So.
You want to get your other one?
He's upstairs.
Tinker Stallion. See if Owen will grab it.
Hey Owen, could you grab my Tinker Stallion? Thanks. So now we're gonna start gluing on the crown, I believe it's called.
Does it go on top?
It goes on top.
The crown piece.
The crown piece, yeah. We're gonna make the crown piece next. And we're getting pretty much close to being done. This is King the Tink. I think so. You're welcome. This is the Tinker Stallion. So, let's see.
It
might be a little bit too tight for the muzzle.
Yeah, too tight for him.
Yeah, well, it'll fit probably the Tinkermare maybe. Anyways, it's still...
It'll fit one of them, huh?
Yeah, it'll fit one of them. So...
Well, couldn't you just adjust that one?
This one?
Yeah.
You'd have to cut. It's too far now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, adjust it. So then, now we're gonna like add a latch, and I'll show you how I make my latches. Everybody pretty.
What's the latch for?
It like hooks this to this, so that then, you'll see, hooks this on this part to this jumping ring, so it doesn't come off.
And that's how you take it on and off?
Yeah.
The latch? Oh, okay.
So on this one, I'm not going to guess a little extra because I'm going to have a jumping ring there. So I'm just going to cut it right there. So let me measure it again, right there. Because, you know what, I am going to guess a little extra. Yeah, you do need to, because you got to glue the jumping ring. Yeah, so guess a little extra there, so that then you can glue on a jumping ring. So then we're going to take this jumping ring, and I forgot to mention, you are going to need a pair of pliers. Now when you're doing this, you probably should use pliers that don't cut wire, but I'm using the wire cutting pliers. They don't cut the jumping ring unless you squeeze really hard. I'm just squeezing enough so that then it's just holding it, it's not cutting it. And then you're going to take your scissors, and then you're going to, what we're going to try to do here is open up the jumping ring. Okay? This is how you I open up my jumping rings. So you just twist it and pull a little. So there, it opened. That's probably not enough. So, almost there. Oops, fell out. Put her back in there. There. So we gotta open this up. A little bit more. Almost there. And sometimes they break.
Ruh-roh.
So I'm going to have to try it again. They don't always break on me, but sometimes they do break. That one didn't want to open up, so after you do it so many times, they might
Can't
break.
do it with your finger?
No, they're hard.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're pretty well put together. So that one opened up. I think this one come apart.
Keep it away from your face.
Okay. There, that's probably opened up enough. I try to keep them round when I open
Let's
up.
see.
Okay. When I open them up, I try to keep them round as possible. But sometimes they go a bit oval shaped. Sometimes. That's the only way I know how to open them up. You might have a better way to open them up. But that's the only way I know how to. So, yeah. So now I'm going to make it so I can glue that jumping ring on there.
Why do you gotta open it?
So that it'll,
Attach on the other one.
yeah,
Oh,
attach onto
okay.
the other one. And you can take it on and off.
Oh.
That's how I make my buckle. Oops. There. So now I'm going to slip it on him. Let's see. Get that all twisted. Pull this over. And hook it. Like that. And I got to move it a little bit so get it adjusted so it'll hook on real good. This one is a little bit slippery, kind of like so. Come on, I can't, my fingers are in the way and I can't, there we go. So, that is how I make my halters.
Show us the other side.
It's the other side. And here are some other ones I made. That one's for Baka. This one's Buttermilk's. And this one, I don't have it on a horse. And it has a lead rope attached to it. That is how I make my halters. So thanks for watching, and I hope you try it.